out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Server Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Brian Bitler, Jovan Burts, Zawacky, and Jay Briggs. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Zawacky, then I will close this one out. All right, here we go. Friday, we've got handful of games from college football. We still have NBA board. We had 8 games on the board remaining. NHL as well. College basketball, lots of games here in the primetime hour. But let's get this one underway. Let's go to welcome Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll bring Jay in right now. Ready to roll here. NBA tonight. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, my main man, what's happening?
Things going great. All right, here we go tonight, 10 Eastern Time. It's Spurs and Warriors going head-to-head here. The TV game on ESPN, boy, they're getting Spurs a lot of primetime games, and it just gets more embarrassing for Pop when they give you, the good news, bad news. Good news, you get the first-round pick. Bad news is you're all over national television. And we get to see the stench. All right, here we go. Warriors 10.5, total 35.5.
Yep, you're right, man. They've been on a lot of national TV games, and they've been getting their butts kicked in a lot of them. I'm going to be honest. The Spurs, I've already recanted my statement. At the beginning of the season, I said I thought the Spurs might be able to complete for a play-in. That's not the case. This team is not that good. They have some bright spots, and I do think that they'll be fine moving forward. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and they still have to develop Wemby and the guys around him. The thing here is, I know we've seen them get blown out a ton here recently, but I think they actually compete in this one. I'm going to grab the Spurs plus the points, mainly because what have we seen from the Warriors to lay 10 points? Nothing. This team has been on a homestand, and they've lost in this homestand. It's kind of crazy. The Warriors last year were money at home. I think they've already lost the same amount of games this season at home than they lost all of last year at home. That is insane. Last year, they were money at home and terrible on the road. This year, it's 180. They are money on the road and terrible at home. I'm not touching them, and I'm damn sure not laying 9.5. I think the Spurs might actually be a live dog. How bad the Warriors have played. Now, can the Warriors flip the switch and go crazy? Yes, we all know it. It's the Warriors. But until they show me that, I think there's a ton of value betting against them, especially at these huge numbers. I got to attack the Spurs in this one tonight, Tony.
All right, Jay says go Spurs plus 10. Plus 10 after your line shopping, more 10s out there right now in this one. Yeah, it's been a rough spell here for these Warriors team as well as the Spurs. We will let you know that San Antonio comes in with a clean injury report. No Green here for the Warriors. Payton is a questionable here. Interested to see how the Warriors handle these young guys. The Warriors getting up there in age, facing this fast-moving team there in the Spurs. See how youth can the youth get past this experienced Warriors team and get the number. That's the thing here, how the Warriors handle the speed.
Yeah, and like I said, we haven't seen anything to suggest that they can. So I'm not going to say that they're going to come out here and do that. So until they show me they can, this season, of course, we know they have it on the tuck. But, I mean, I'm not betting them right now. I think they're a fade. So hopefully San Antonio doesn't get blown out like they've been getting blown.
All right, as we do here on Friday, we take a visit to the state of Texas here. We got one coming up tonight here, Texas Tech, and Texas tonight. A big line here now. We're seeing Texas up to 15 in some places, total 53.5, 54 against Texas Tech.
Texas, man, I think style points matters for this team right now. Currently at 7 on the outside looking in. There's still a lot of things that can happen, to a couple teams in front of them, but Texas all they can do is do what they can do. And that's win the Big 12, and do it in style points. They need to blow out Texas Tech here to kind of solidify their strength of schedule and kind of solidify how good they are. Hey, Texas Tech has been straight terrible on the road all season. I think Texas runs them smooth off the field.
All right, we got Houston in action on the road against UCF. These are two teams that had their struggles facing Big 12. Houston road will be dogs here. UCF favorite 14, total sits at 61.5.
UCF, it's crazy how night and day they are. On the road, they're pretty bad as well. They did compete last week with Texas Tech. They probably should have won that game. Fell just short, but now they're back in the bounce house. Last time we seen them there, they ran Oklahoma State off the field. if they play that same style of football, they should be able to run Houston off the field as well.
All right, Middle Tennessee State at Sam Houston State. Another early start here. Mid Tennessee State going to lay 3.5 to 3 in this one. Total about 51.
Sam Houston, man, finally back on Saturday, man, not in the midweek games where they were just busting me up. Hey, man, Sam Houston, man, they've given me some of my worst losses of the season.
No.
Yeah, man, some of the midweek games were ugly, but I think there's some value on them here at home getting 3.5. I'm not totally in love with that game, but I would probably lean towards Sam Houston.
Navy and SMU are one of those tricky games there. SMU have been pounding teams, but Navy comes in. SMU now down to 19.5 from an opener of 20.5. Total sits here about 46.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the money move. I'm not laying 20 points with SMU on Navy. Navy's going to kind of muck this game up and I think bring it down to their level. And when they do that, I think SMU is definitely the better team. They're going to win the game, but I don't know if they just run Navy off the field, how they've been doing some other teams.
All right, the team that Jay hates the most in Texas, Texas A&M at LSU here. LSU a big favorite here, up to 12 now. Of course, we know they got the coaching change to Texas A&M in season. Total sits about 66.5.
Is the quarterback for LSU playing?
It's a good question. Let's take a look up there, Max. You mean for Texas A&M? Because we know Daniels is going to play for LSU. I think you mean Johnson, right?
I thought he got hurt last week. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he did.
That was I think there was question marks surrounding the quarterback for
maybe I'm wrong.
Texas A&M, Max. Because I know Jaden Dan. They're going to try and get him the Heisman. I know a lot of people that I've been hearing them liking this. They think liking this LSU side because
I thought maybe he got hurt at the end of that game last week. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. But if Daniels is in, like you said, he's on that Heisman. He's on that Heisman race, and I'm really not trying to fade him right now. It's kind of crazy that he's leading it with his team really not in contention for much of anything. I would say Penix. His team is right there in the thick of things, fourth in the nation with Washington. You're at LSU in the SEC, but I don't know. I digress. But they're gonna try to run them boys smooth off the field, make it seem like they've done something this season. It's LSU for me in that one.
All right, Jay says LSU. FAU taking on Rice here. We see FAU will be dogs here. Rice laying 4 in this one, total 49.
Rice, I'm gonna take Rice at the crib. FAU's really been struggling. They've lost 4 of their last 5. This is bowl eligibility right here for Rice. So at home, they got to do it. They got to do it. I really wouldn't fade them.
All right, it's not on the fade train there. UAB and North Texas. So these are 2 high-flying offenses. May not see much defense here. The total is going to tell you that. North Texas 2-point favorites, total 74.
Over and North Texas. What's the total at?
74.
It still ain't high enough. This game might be 54-50.
Oh.
It might, Tony. I might get a 100-point college football game in this one. I think defense is going to be an afterthought in this football game. But I think North Texas wins it in the end. I think their offense is the better offense, and I think they prevail in the end.
All right, here we go with Liberty here on the road, looking to keep that perfect mark intact here at UTEP. Liberty laying 17, total 56.5.
Liberty, man, they're rolling. I really wouldn't fade them, to be honest. It's not a team that I like fading. I think they get that done, to be honest. UTEP is bad. Like, they're one of the worst teams in the country. In my opinion. I see Liberty running them boys off the field.
Looking at that
3 touchdown plus win.
Big win there, says Jay. South Alabama, Texas State, interesting mid-major game that there. We've got South Alabama laying 6 on the road, total 58.
Texas State been kind of one of my teams this year. They got ran off the field last week, though. That was really discouraging. They're back at home. I think they compete harder than they did last week. I hope so. I'm going to lean towards Texas State. hopefully their defense improves because I don't know what the hell that was last week. 77 points. I'm not betting that game, but but I lean Texas State.
That's right, and of course West Virginia and Baylor here. It's been a bad season here for Baylor. You could just imagine what the feeling's like there this week, as it's been a disaster here. West Virginia, a road favorite. Wow, you very rarely see it, and not a double-digit road favorite here as they make that trip from West Virginia down to Baylor. 11 and a half here, total 54 and a half.
That is crazy where that line is, but it's warranted because, as I told you guys many a Fridays here talking with Tony T, this is the worst Baylor team I've seen. They are terrible, man. They are terrible. West Virginia is head and shoulders the better team, and I could see them winning that game by 2 touchdowns.
Hey, we want to talk about this. This is the last time we'll be talking about this team because they're not going to bowl. Colorado at Utah. Some people are thinking this is going to be the blowout of the night. I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is going to play. There's been talk that he's not feeling good. He's been limping. It's still questionable there. Even doubtful status here with the Utah quarterback Barnes. So they may have to go deep into their rotation. But anyway, here we're seeing here Utah anywhere from a 21 to 20.5 point favorite. I think that might be impacted here because Barnes is not expected to start here. It looks like they're going to go to Luke Batari, and then they had Utah had someone move into the Nate Johnson enter the transfer portal, so Utah is going to be thin at quarterback also. So there's been some twist in this game. So Batari will get the start, and we've got some issues there here with the Utah side, but we know what's going on with Colorado. Maybe they just run the ball every play. This Utah team, Utah big favorites in this one.
Yeah. Of course I want to grab the points with Colorado. Of course that's what I want to do. But is it the smart thing to do? I'm not 100% sure. Because Utah can control the line of scrimmage, and that's where we've seen Colorado struggle most this season. The thing is, Colorado has still covered some of these big numbers. So I'm going to lean Colorado. I don't know if Utah is warranted to laying that many points, especially without their quarterback. The thing I hate about college football is, like, the injury report. You can't really, like – I mean, you kind of can, but we won't know until kickoff. So.
Yep. Yeah, so, Utah's backups are hitting the transfer portal, so they're set to play this kid from the College of San Mateo. He was the number 5, the 5th string. Now, if Colorado loses to a 5th stringer, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
You're right. You're definitely right.
They lost. Yeah, they're banged up, and Cameron Rising out for the season. And then Johnson says, "Forget it, man. You're not. I'm not even the backup here. I'm leaving town." So this kid who they brought in, who was, I don't know, when you're the 5th string, and they all of a sudden, okay, buddy, you're up. Oh, but we're facing Colorado. Just hand the ball off every play. So we'll see how that one rolls. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Man, Prime, man, you can't lose this one with the 5th stringer. Oh my God, I could just imagine what social media will happen here if they lose this one. Bad with the 5th stringer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
Oh my God!
It was still an improved season for Colorado, a team that won one game last year. Yeah, the hype got out of control, and yeah, I was part of it. But I think next year, if they can beef up, the offensive and defensive line, I think skill position wise, we saw that they can compete there. We'll see. We'll see how good they are next year.
All right, so we got through the state of Texas here and all the college hoops. Got you one even for tonight, and of course we had to talk about Prime because it's the last time we will this season. There will be no bowl game for Colorado. No bowl game. Very sad. All right, so Jay on record here with the Spurs plus the 10. Another Texas team here plus the 10 against the Warriors tonight. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Lots of NBA still laid on the board. We had a couple of day games go off the board. We got a lot of college hoops. We got some primetime games, including that big Oregon State game tonight, as well as action here from college hoops. Great results. Look at Jay. Add another 100 units up there. 1673 now as we with the update. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, man. I was absolutely loaded today. I think I had like 11 plays or something like that. So it was an absolutely loaded card. I still have some NBA up there. My NBA play of the day is still up there. That's what you guys can hop on. You guys can hop on my NBA play of the day. Tony T, we are 11, 2, and 2 last 15 on the NBA play of the day. So trying to stack another one. I absolutely love that play tonight. You guys can hop on that. And then, or hop on something long term. It's Friday. It doesn't feel like it.
I
Definitely
know.
doesn't feel like Friday. But it is Friday, so that means it's a money-making weekend on the horizon. Best thing to do, hop on a weekend pass or something even longer. Get every single play that I release for the duration of the package that you get. And as you see, the good units we're putting up right now, it's the best time of year. We're going to continue to try to put them up. If you're rocking with me, rock with me, and let's continue to try to do just that here at Pick Dogs. Or pair me up, 2-for-1 capper special with one of the other great guys here as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dog. You see the great results here. 1,673 units in profit for the last 30 days. Jay's been on a tear. Great year in the NFL. Great year in NBA. Big units, up units, even up in NHL. So Jay is cranking it up. Get on board. You guys love that 3-day all sports pass here on the weekend. You got that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday action here from Jay. Covers all the NFL for this weekend, as well as college football, NBA, and more. Get on board. Use the promo code PICK. Save that 15% off. Right, Jay, as always, great having the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you next week. But you're a busy man over at Pick Dogs. We've got your rundowns up on the channel, as well as part of that the big weekend shows coming up Saturday, Sunday.
Yep. A lot of action for me. Catch the jam session tomorrow. I think there's a 6-game NBA card. I'm going to cook up the NFL card on the jam session this weekend as well. Hosting weekend shows, bringing in all the guys tomorrow and Sunday. So plenty of content for me. And, of course, Monday through Friday with Mitch and Chris. Halftime's going on, man. It's a lot going on, man. And I'm just excited, man. It's the best time of year. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Jay. Also, he's got the all-access play as well. Check it out on that video. Yeah, a lot of options there with Jay. All right, Jay, keep up the great work. We'll catch up with you again on the drive-thru on Monday.
Yes, sir, Tony T, my man. I'll see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to go ahead and welcome in Jovan Burts. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Spin. Get Jovan ready to roll here on a Friday. Bring him ready to go. Here you go. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go tonight. Sacramento continue their road trip. Hasn't been too promising, but they're going to face this T-Wolves team that's been tough. Timberwolves favored 4.5, total 229.5.
Yeah, this Sacramento team, they were on a little winning streak, nice little winning streak, but they dropped their last two, and I think they lose their third straight against the Minnesota Timberwolves team that, you look no further than their last 10 games playing each other. In this series, the Timberwolves are 7-3 straight up and 7-2-1 against the spread. The situation with these two teams is, the Minnesota Timberwolves just have their number. And I think it starts on the defensive end because, the Kings, we all know the Kings, they like to run it up as far as scoring, but they don't do that much work on the defensive end. And that's the separation that we have, especially this year with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are 11-3 straight up this year and 8-6 against the spread. The Kings are 8-6 against the spread also, but they're not running hot like the Timberwolves are. That's just a fact of the matter. And at home, the Timberwolves 7-0. So let's keep them on winning train rolling with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's the thing here. Jovan says go ahead and take the T-Wolves here and lay the 4.5. Although there's some line movement here, so shop and get the best numbers. Obviously, as you can see, the sharpest book in the world, and there'll be you can shop and find some fours out there. Yeah, it is no doubt about that. This Minnesota team somehow found a way to play defense, which has always been their big. With Karl Anthony Towns on the court as well. All right, and of course,
Right.
You're also dealing with players like Gobert. It's a bonus. Will be going up against them. We'll see how they handle that inside there, because Edwards has been can get to the hole. Conley is also a recipient of nice open threes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But Conley, he also helps out on the defensive end. Between him and Gobert, they found their niche on how they're playing defense, and it really starts with the coaching staff. Over the off season, they did say that they was going to put more of an emphasis on the defensive end, and it's come to fruition. And it's come to, them taking the next step, at least early on in the season. Another factor that's in this game is the fact that there's going to be no Keegan Murray in this game, also no Keon Ellis. So, these are guys that, they fill their roles, and unfortunately, for the Kings, they don't have, well, they do have replacements for them, but it messes up the rotation, as far as the second units and all that. So, that's another factor for for why I like the Timberwolves in this one.
All right, Jovan here on the T-Wolves. So what's your thoughts here on the Celtics' current roads? What we've seen from them on the road, and dropped another one today.
Oh yeah, so I faded the Celtics on this one. I faded the hometown team. I wish I had it on the money line, because I did think that Orlando was gonna get the win in this one. My whole thing with the Celtics is, until they can get a handle on playing good second half ball or fourth quarter ball, then they're gonna make it far. They're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference championship or conference championship, but can they take that next step to the finals and win a championship? So that's been the issue with them. I mean, that and as of last year, playing Missoula ball with a lot of offense and sometimes no defense. So they get by on their talent, but when you have another team, a younger team, and they have trouble with younger teams. That's another thing. And they're on their third road game, I believe. So that was their third road game, and the fourth, fourth road game. It's they got to tighten up some things. They can't just win on talent alone, especially in these spots with a young, hungry team. The Orlandos of the world, the Indiana Pacers of the world. Even though they did, rip into them earlier this year, they've had trouble in spots with high scoring young teams that like to get after it up and down the court. Something that they have to shore up. These are games that they're supposed to win if you're talking about being a high level NBA championship contender. So they got to shore some things up.
Yeah, no doubt about that here. Then we get back in this one here. Jovan likes Timberwolves lay the 4 here against the Kings tonight at 8 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we've got NBA as well as some college football. Lots of college hoops still on the board tonight. Jovan has been doing great here. You see the numbers here in the NFL. 946 units of profit from Jovan. You can verify all of the results, by the way, by going to Jovan's handicapper page. Go down to Pick History. You can see every play that Jovan has released here at Pick Dogs. It's transparent. All right, Jovan, what do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got my triple pack, my triple threat 5-pack going. 2 NBA plays, 2 college basketball plays, and 1. Hold on, let me see. Two college football plays and 1 college basketball play in that 5-pack. So check me out on that. Should get some money with me on that. I'm running hard in the NBA as well. I believe like 900 units, 900 plus units on that. So the NBA, it could kick you in the ass if you're not careful. But fortunately enough for me, I've been running hard in that early on in the season. So rock with me on that. Also, Massimo, one of the other handicaps for the 2-for-1 capital promotional. Check me out on my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, or yearly. You're going to get money on this side. So a whole lot of us at Pick Dogs Sports Chat place that's getting that money for the people. So come on, let's get it.
Get it indeed. Got over Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results. NFL, also NBA. Tabbing in with 920 units of profit. Great time to get on board instead of buying these plays individually. You guys love that 3-day pass here on the weekend. All of Jovan's premium plays for 3 days. That covers you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the NBA, all the college hoops, the college football, the NFL is covered here. When you get that 3-day pass, pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off, right? Jovan, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up your great work. We'll catch up with you again on Monday on the drive-thru. But, of course, there's more of you here on the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Per usual, Saturday and Sunday mornings on the weekend show. So, give out a free pick tomorrow, and then the round table on Sunday, talking about NFL and NBA and college basketball as well.
That's right. So, guys, check them out. on the weekends. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. So when Jovan's on these weekend shows, you want to get those plays. He's been red hot, NFL, NBA. Get on board right now and get tuned in and subscribe. All right, Jovan, keep up the great work. We'll catch up with you again here on the drive-thru on Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night, win, and see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday indeed. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the show. Next up, we're going to go ahead and welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Brian right now. We can't tease him about Temple. Temple already played early this afternoon.
Yep, Temple already a non-cover today. I didn't touch that one, but I did start 0-2 having Nebraska early.
Oh.
It broke my heart, but you know what? That kind of football, it was good, hard defensive football. Neither team wanted to win the game, and but fortunately, a lot better action for Saturday on deck for sure.
Well, the defenses, I thought, want to win. The offense is just like as usual, right? And the kicker for Iowa.
Missing field goals.
Yeah. Oh, that missed field for Nebraska. That was, again, I looked at that line. I heard a lot of people tout Nebraska because they needed to become bowl eligible. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's just more pressure for an offense that can't even produce.
Yeah, you could tell that it was definitely a rough game for Nebraska, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. All right, we're ready to go here. Speaking of rough times, this Denver Nuggets team, and you can see the stress on the Nuggets coach here in this road trip, man. He's really he got kicked out of one of the games already. I think that's the one they won against Detroit. I believe that was the one they won, but it's been a rough road trip for them. We know the Nuggets have struggled on the road, but when you come off an NBA title now, every game is big for them, right? We're starting to see some of the warts of this team over the past, having struggles on the road, taking advantage of that good home court. But now that you're NBA champions, they expect you to do a little better, and it's been a struggle. But some of the teams are improving. Orlando's better. This Houston Rockets team has gotten better. Rockets to face the Nuggets. This one had Nuggets 3, in some spots now coming down to 2.5. And I'm still seeing threes in a lot of places. Sharpest book in the world now, 2.5, but we're seeing some threes in a lot of places as well. Total sits 216.5.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, everybody gets up for you when you're the champion. When the champion comes to town, and really, I think this is a nice under-the-radar matchup here for Friday nights. The Denver Nuggets take on the Houston Rockets. Denver now only laying 2.5, but Nuggets off a road loss to Orlando on Wednesday. And if you can remember, this Nuggets team really just not a good road cover team over the last 2 seasons. Houston has a new coaching philosophy, and this team just blue-collar, gritty, my kind of team focused on defense. And that's what I like to see as they're preaching that in Houston. 5 straight road games for the Nuggets here, and I say they're gonna go through the motions here tonight, so they can head back home. Houston just beat this team 2 weeks ago, 107-104. I think this is a tight game. I'm going to take the points here with the Houston Rockets. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
Now, you can still find threes in the marketplace right now, so do your line shopping, get the best number here with the Rockets +3. As you said, yeah, the Rockets have been one of those, to some, surprise team, but when you saw some of the veterans that came over with the big coaching change, you figured there'd be an improvement. But because Houston kind of going with some of these newbie coaches, finally they went into I want to say they kind of lucked into the hire, right? Because there was some stuff that went on in his previous employer, but still the Rockets getting it done here on the defensive end as well as getting it done on the home court.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 7-1 on the home court here for the Houston Rockets. And you look at the Nuggets on the road, just 3-5 straight up. Nuggets aren't a bad team, but Houston just seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder at home.
Yep, Denver averaging about 4.5 points below overall average on the road. Failing to cover 7 of 8 on the road. The net rating around -0.5, so it's been a struggle there. We got Brian here on the Rockets here, +3 against Denver. This one tonight, start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. Of course, we do have action on the hardwood tonight. Brian with a good NBA season here, 8 on the board in primetime NBA. We also have action here on the ice, nice NHL card as well. We got primetime coverage as well. Some pretty good, nice. We've got some games in college football as well for some importance to them. Oregon State, the Texas game is up there. Penn State, not so important, but a big line. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I'll tell you what, just one play left on the board today. It's my NHL money shot play. $25 gets you that best bet winner. Thursday and Friday were rough days for me, but the month of November has been good in general, and we're headed into the weekend. My favorite day of the week, Saturday and Sunday. My favorite days of the week, Saturday and Sunday. definitely got some big stuff in on the log sheet. Tomorrow early is my biggest play in the Big Ten. All season long, it's my titanium play. Goes off at 12 noon. Make sure you guys check that out. Just $25, pickdogs.com. Like all the other guys said, pair me up 2-for-1 capper special. We got great guys in the program tonight with Jay, Jovan, and Rod. So definitely nice lineup tonight. So guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Check me out at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. Premium good results in the NBA, and get signed up and use a promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week. I'll be on the drive-thru on Monday, but we can always catch some of you as well on these weekend shows.
Yep, I'm going to do both of them, or at least, Lord willing, I'm going to be on both Saturday and Sunday's roundtable. Looking forward to hanging out with the guys, talking some football. Definitely tomorrow, a big day, highlighted at noontime with that big Ohio State-Michigan game. So definitely, guys, want to tune in and check us out.
That's right. Tune in, like, subscribe, set notifications, so when Brian's on these segments, you guys are able to get his plays on the shows. All right, Brian, keep up the great work. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the square dancing, and we'll catch up with you Monday on the drive-thru.
No square dancing tonight. I was doing that on Wednesday night into Thanksgiving. Tonight I'm just recovering from that turkey.
Food
I got
coma.
a little bit of turkey hangover, yep. So, but I'll see you on Monday, and hopefully I'll be streaking.
Any leftovers? You said leftover Friday, or you
I just had leftovers for dinner. It wasn't steak Friday. It was leftover turkey Friday.
There you go, leftover turkey Friday. Brian taking care of the leftovers. All right, Brian, take care, and we'll catch up with you Monday.
See you on Monday.
You got Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. Let's continue. Guys, if you ever miss a pick on our show, you tune in late, we always do a recap at the end. Make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru here. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, let's continue on. Someone's making a note here. I was trying to see what Matt was talking. I know Matt is in the Denver area about the Coach Prime there in college football. He thinks that the hype kind of crushed him. May have done that. It's kind of a tough spot there when you're when you know that your son is a quarterback, you're going to have a hard time getting a backup. And when you have really quality players you bring in, again, it's hard to get backups, hard to recruit depth when you're telling everybody that the guys you have are I don't even remember the luggage that he says, but they're top flight players. It's going to be hard to get the backups that want to come in, or knowing that you really have no shot at starting when you're counting these big transfer prospects you give in. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Rod Zawacky's up next. Rod, what's happening?
Well, not too much. Enjoying this early action today, and looking forward to some night action as well. So
yeah,
4-0 start to kick off
yeah,
today,
I think.
So I'm not.
Yeah, they played afternoon hockey out here. They played afternoon hockey. And you're talking about the Kings today. I was watching so much action today. I wasn't able to get that game on the TV with all this NFL and college hoops action. Yeah, you're impressed with the Kings there in the Pacific.
They look good. The Ducks want to keep taking penalties and hand them easy power play goals, which is what they did. They popped up to 2-0 lead and off of the Ducks, just giving them stupid penalties. 2 power play goals quick in that game for the Kings, and rolling right along. As I said, the Kings are starting to play some defense as well. They're not just all offense. Go, go, go. They're starting to put it together on the back end, learn how to back check and come back and make some defensive plays. Watch out for the Kings. They're one of them sleepers that are looking pretty good. They can score the goal, and they're learning to play defense. Maybe I overlooked Talbot. He's starting to come into his own. But the Oilers are kicking themselves. They had Talbot many years ago.
yeah, that's right. It shows, I mean, like I said, it's funny because we don't mind with horses. We'll bet against them, and one year, next year we'll bet on them. And sometimes these players, they have a right to improve.
They do, right? Even with age, sometimes things do get a little better with age. Talbot's looking still good for his age, rolling right along. Give him credit; he's looking pretty good for the Kings.
Yep, he is. And here we go.
I thought that was a bad trade. I thought I was like, oh man, you just got rid of your goalie. Now what?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Look what's
right.
going on. Looking pretty good.
But
between him and Kobe, looking pretty good.
Yeah, Kobe's still doing it. Brown retired, the team captain, and now they're getting a lot of young players around. This team since Suter left, they're getting younger. They gotten younger and faster. Now they're starting to play a little better defense. And again, the coaches here, the coaches, they just like rotate everywhere, right? Their current coach will coach everywhere.
Yep, exactly. They move around, and that's what you want with a good coach. It doesn't matter. You're not assistant. head coach. As long as everybody's on the same page and they work together as a team, that's what wins game hockey.
Yeah,
it's team effort. Because one guy can't do it all.
No,
it's impossible.
No, it can't be a one-man show. But interesting here, two teams here, right, that have different fortunes, right? Last year it was rough on the Canucks, and Kraken got off to that start. This year it's reversed. But anyway, Canucks road favorites here in this one. This is your only late night game, I believe, on the ice, and I believe that's the only 10 late start. Yeah, in this one, Vancouver and Seattle. It has a rivalry, these teams up in the Pacific the Northwest U.S. and of course up there in Canada. Has this rivalry it took off at all?
Oh, for sure. These two teams don't like each other, and also I know buddies that live down in that way in Abbotsford, right close to Vancouver, that love to go to the Kraken games. They go to the Seattle Mariners games. They love to go to the Seattle Kraken games now, as they've adopted them as their team down there close to Vancouver. Some of them like them better than the Canucks. Shh, don't tell them that. But there are some teams that they do. They like them better than the Canucks. So definitely the Kraken and the Canucks are definitely a rivalry.
Right.
The Kraken's actually won the last 3 meetings in this rivalry. So yeah, it's getting heated.
And what's not really well known, what's not really well publicized, is the fact that a lot of folks from Vancouver are season ticket holders for the Seattle Seahawks. They come down and see the NFL there.
Well, yeah, because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're right across the border. You hop the highway across the border, and boom, you're in Seattle watching these games. So yeah, a lot of them are Seahawks fans. Huge in Vancouver area for sure. They love the sports, and they love to cross the border to support their sports as well.
Yeah,
it's so close. It's on.
How many Canucks fans are there? How many Canuck fans will be in their Canuck gear in that arena? You think what percentage?
Probably less. You know what? I would say that there's less Canucks fans and more Seattle fans, because Seattle has become such a hockey town, and that they might take it up faster than the Vancouver fans can scoop it up. They like their hockey. They love their sports in Seattle altogether. Definitely a team that they've glommed on to the Kraken and support them well. So is there more in the... Yeah. I'm going to say not. I'm going to say it's not as that much of a rivalry. The Canucks are going to get more of the seats. I think there's still more Kraken fans in the seats. There are going to be some Vancouver fans.
Vancouver fans, yeah. Yeah, but you'll see a spare, like you do in most of them. You'll see a little sparsed out a little bit, but not a big contingent of Canuck fans in the arena.
Not as much as you would see Toronto coming to Edmonton. Like that's a craziness. Toronto coming to Edmonton is nuts. It sounds like it's a home game for the Leafs. Or Montreal coming to Edmonton, same thing. Gonna sound like a home game for Montreal. Yeah. Just because that many fans of that part of the country want to see their team, so they only get to see them once a year coming out west, and it's a sea of white and Leafs fans everywhere when they come to play. It's nuts.
Yep.
So has the Canucks loved it? Not completely yet, but could it? The way they're playing, I wouldn't doubt it. The way they continue playing this type of hockey, it could easily turn into cross-border where half the arena is Canucks fans, especially in a playoff matchup between these two.
Oh.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, that's when it really picks up, when they meet in the playoffs. That's when the rivalries start to really heat up the most. Is when they do that.
Yeah, because now every hockey playoff is now 7 games, right? No more 5 games to start the first round. Yeah. It's all 7-game series, so you definitely get to know each team.
You can start to build up all the tension. Can build up. It can build up.
Yeah, exactly. Build up. How much animosity between these teams? Yeah. If these teams make the playoffs together, oh yeah, that's what we love to see.
It'll build. All right, here we go. Canucks and Kraken here tonight. Your late night game here. Canucks road favorites -110. We see the total 6.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, as I said, the Kraken have beat the Canucks the last 3 meetings. But one was earlier this season. It was a 4-3 win for the Kraken, and that one, they got the Vancouver Canucks in the second half of a back-to-back. So now they get the Canucks in the first half of a back-to-back as they have to play tomorrow night. But this is the one they're focused on. Thatcher Demko gets the start here. He's been playing lights-out hockey for Vancouver to start the season. 2.26 goals against average, .923 save percentage. On the other side of things, they haven't confirmed yet, but it's looking like it's Joey Decor's going to get the start, as Grubauer has been looking pretty shaky for the Kraken his last couple starts. Decor looking pretty good, 2.8 goals against average, with a 902 save percentage. But you look at the Canucks this season on the road to the puck line, 7-4 to that puck line, covering a 2-goal win. Seattle at home, 3-7 covering that puck line. We know that at home, Kraken have been shaky. They're better road team than what they are at home. This is a revenge spot here for these Canucks. As I said, they lost last time out to the Kraken. I don't think they're going to take the pedal off the metal. This Thatcher Demko, I think he gives up 1 goal, maybe 2 at best. I got the Canucks winning this 5-2. Take the Canucks in the puck line, almost double your money on that price right there.
Scoop it up. Yep, let's scoop it up. Let's scoop there. Plus 205 with the puck line here. Kraken in this one with the Canucks puck line against. Of course, the key here is can the Canucks get some goals, right? That we've seen over the past 4 games being held to 3 or less.
Correct, and I think in those games that Elias Pettersson hasn't been 100%, a little bit shaky, but I think he starts to turn it around, so there's a little bonus play for you. I think Elias Pettersson gets himself an anytime goal tonight. It's plus 125 on that. I think he rips one in. I think he helps with the cause here. I think JT Miller gets one too. I think the Canucks open the floodgates and win this and get 5 goals. Like I said, I think they open it up on the Kraken tonight.
There's your bonus play for Rod. He's coming here, Canucks puck line, lay the puck in half, plus 205 against the Kraken. Do your line shop because the sharpest book in the world, you'll find 214. So get your best numbers. This one tonight, their lone late night game in hockey at 10 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Been for tonight's action. A lot of hockey still on the board. Lots of NBA, still 8 games on the board from NBA. Lots of college hoops, tournament actions as well. There, we got 3 in the prime time. With a couple big matchups in college hoops, college football tonight. We got the Civil War going on, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. So there's some good college football. They saved the best for last tonight. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, I still have a mixed sport triple, which will give you my 10-star college basketball play of the day, as well as the winner of that Civil War football game, as well as another NHL sniper play I absolutely love. You can scoop that up. Or also have one play in for tomorrow. It's my college football game of the year. Absolutely love that play tomorrow. You can scoop that up as well. Or as we said, it's Friday. Scoop a 3-day pass. You'll get everything I got going the rest tonight, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll get some Monday in there early for you. So that way you get 4 days for the price of that 3-day pass. Use that promo code PICK at checkout and join me. Heating up and on fire. Nice winning day yesterday. Already rolling into a nice 4-0, maybe 5-0 here. Baylor can pick it up here in this hoops game. Come on, Baylor! Time to pick it up.
Time to pick it up, Baylor. Exactly.
Time to beat up the Gators. Enough of this keeping the Gators around. Time to beat them up in the second half.
That's right. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick.com. Great results in college hoops. Get on board with those long-term passes, that weekend passes, as Rod said. They're great value right now with all these sports overlapping. Of course, here, big NFL, college football, 49 games on the card tomorrow. Just because they played 13 doesn't mean they're still a boatload tomorrow. Because I don't think I know USC took a bye week, but I can't think of too many other teams that took a bye week this year at this time of the year.
No, and I'm going to say probably at least 6 college football that I'm looking at, plus at least another couple hockey. NFL, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kind of like the Sunday NFL card too, so definitely going to have at least 13, 14 plays.
Wow.
Rod's 2 days just in football alone, so
yeah,
definitely bored.
Doesn't count NHL, NBA.
It's that time of year, so much sports overlapping, and we're diving it all. Sleep? I don't need sleep.
Sleep.
See, I got the bigger to go mug now. See,
oh, nice.
It's hot, right? So now it stays hot with the bigger to go mug. So it was getting cold, and as you're working along, next you know, nobody likes cold coffee. So
no.
Now I got a bigger mug to keep the coffee hot. Good to go.
It's good to go there with Rod. So get on board, guys. Get that long-term pass from Rod. And Baylor up by 2 here against Florida. 15.5 to go in that second half there. All right, Rod. Enjoy Steak Friday. Of course, there's more from Rod. You can find Rod's video series with his NHL video series. Of course, we can catch you on the weekend shows.
Yeah, definitely tune into the weekend show on, what is it, 9, doing the math, 9:30 a.m. Eastern? Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on the college Saturday show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays. Definitely tune into those shows. Always good time there. And also like, subscribe. You can find those hockey videos when they get dropped. You can get the best of the number there with us as well. So only 8 games tomorrow. I went with the NHL sniper parlay. So 2 goal scorers, absolutely love. We're gonna parlay those up tomorrow in hockey. So definitely check those out in the hockey action. Plus all the other content there as well. Too numerous for me to try to go through, but Tony will attempt it.
That's right.
At the end.
I almost got it memorized now, so the script is almost memorized.
Almost got it down right to a T where you can
yeah.
The list of everybody's in there. That's because everybody's all over doing content at Big Dogs.
That's
we appreciate
right.
everybody. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and didn't push anybody over finding that gift or that perfect deal for Black Friday as well.
That's right.
I haven't seen any videos. Have you seen any videos?
No, because I think the internet is taking over. I
think so too, right? I think no more malls and more everybody shopping online.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There aren't the brick and mortar stores that are having some. I guess we're seeing everything. Not as many. Not as many.
Lining up at 3 a.m. Yeah, remember those days?
Lining
up and going, okay, I got this and get this, and you made a plan, and you're like, come on, this lineup's holding my plan.
That's right. That's right. We haven't seen those crazy videos.
You ever go in early? You go in a couple days early? My buddies used to hide stuff in the dryer, right? You go hide stuff into the dryers. Go into the store, but okay, hide it in the dryer. No one's gonna open it.
They'll find it. Yeah, or in the refrigerator.
Then you can go find your stuff in the dryer.
Yeah.
Fridges work. Freezers.
Yeah.
Deep freezes. And
That's some great. I wish I would have known that 20 years ago, Rod. You're 20.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
I gotta wait this line up. So you're like, do, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, look what I found in this freezer.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. That works.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do back in the day when I was shopping up for the Black Friday deals. Oh, yeah.
Yep, no doubt about that. All right, Rod, have a great Steak Friday. Enjoy the steak tonight, and we'll catch up with you on the drive-thru here on Monday.
Thanks, Tony. Good luck with your bets this weekend, and we'll catch everybody on the morning show tomorrow. And definitely see you on the drive-thru on Monday. We're trying to sweep the week, so
that's right.
We're trying to sweep this week with this one here. So I like it. I think we sweep the week with the Canucks.
Right, sweep it with the Canucks tonight. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue on here. You ever miss a pick? We always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on with the drive-thru. We'll get to my pick, and then we will get to the recap. This one here, we're going to come here, Oregon State, Oregon tonight. We've seen the total come down a bit here, 62. I'm 62 and a half, or 61 and a half we're showing here. Let me see what we got here. Let me check the current market right now to see where that one is. Let's see. We got 62. There's still a lot of 62s out there, so you can get 62. 62 Beavers and Ducks going under 62. And again, these are rivals. And, listen, both teams can play pretty good defense, right? Oregon State, really good defensive team. We've seen the Ducks. They're holding Pac-12 teams to 17 points and 319 yards a game. Oregon State really not too accurate at the quarterback position, just under 59% completion rate for Ogugale. Oregon 16th in the nation in total defense, giving up just 3.4 yards per rush. They limit the big plays in the passing game. So we're going to come here under 62 in this one right now between the Beavers and the Ducks. Guys, check out Pick Dogs. My 3-pack already went off, but I do have a best bet from the NBA. Having a good NBA season this year, so get on and get signed up with my NBA play. $19 premium pick on the board right now. Best bet on the board right now over at Pick Dogs Premium from the NBA. Or you can also get a long-term pass from me. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period you select. When you go to my handicap page and you make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. All right, we start here with Jay. Jay like the Spurs plus the 10 against the Warriors. Jovan says T-Wolves lay the 4 against the Kings. Brian likes the Rockets plus 3 against Denver. Rod says Canucks the puck line here. Lay the goal and a half plus 205 against Kraken. I'll be Beavers Ducks under 62. The one I like the most. Boy, I like a lot of these plays, but we'll go T-Wolves with Jovan here against the Kings. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you're tuning in here Monday live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and they'll go their place right here in prime time here at 6 Eastern Time on the Monday show. Remember, it always gets started here with the morning show. This weekend, on Saturday, it's 9:30 a.m. Each time. We have Jay. And, of course, we got all the cappers, many of the cappers here on the Drive-Thru joining them. Also, don't forget the video series here. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, his betting tool show. Also have Mitch's roundtable discussion with the professionals. We also have Jay's Jam Session, NFL, NBA, Rod with his NHL video series, Chris with his wraparound from the NHL as well. We also have Big Al with his All Access, Dana Lane with his Against the Public betting angles there from Dana Lane. Also, Brad comes in with his parlay video. Mills, UFC or PFL rundown. It might be PFL this year. I saw the PFL rundown up there. Also, he comes in with his prop videos as well. Nick Macon, first touchdown prop video for you as well. Romanelli come in with college football and college basketball rundown videos as well. Lots and lots of video series here at Pick Dogs. Costi with his sharp trading plays as well. You see Costi here on Tuesdays on the drive-thru. He's got his video series up there with his sharp trading plays for you here on the channel. And there's many, many more coming on the way as well, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them in real time. That's the way to roll here on the, with the plays as they come in. You want to make sure you subscribe and set those notifications for the clicks. All right, that's going to do it for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today. I see Blake in there, Nicholas Handy as well. High Fashion Apparel. Welcome here in the chat room here on a Black Friday. Ramon in here as well. Lando86, shout out to you. Lil Ute, you got some NHL picks there from Ron. Make sure you check out the video series for those NHL picks. J-Man in here. Matt D coming in. D Mills. Nicholas Handy. It's been the busiest day. That's right, in sports. Seems that way, doesn't it? The busy weekend continues on. All right, thanks everyone for joining us here on in the chat and our viewership out there who did participate in chat. So thank you very much for joining us. That's going to do it. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys.